everyone, welcome to our video series, Meet the People Behind Kyverno. I'm your host, Shuting, and today I have Frank Jogeleit with me, who created the policy reporter for Kyverno and other policy engines. Hello, Frank, how are you?
Hello, Shooting. I'm fine, and you?
I'm doing good. I hope I pronounced your name correct. That's Jogeleit.
Yeah, it's Jogeleit.
Jogeleit.
Not an easy one.
All right. So yeah, thanks for asking. I'm super excited to chat with you today, and I'm really happy that you are able to join me.
Yeah.
And for those of whom just join us, welcome. This video series is to bring our community members to the front and talk about their journeys with Kyverno. All right, let's get started then. Frank, since you are the creator of the Policy Reporter, can you tell us what is Policy Reporter in 1 or 2 sentences?
Yeah, so Policy Reporter is some kind of extension to the CRD functionality of the Policy Report CRD. So on top of this, custom resource definition resource type, you get notifications and also metrics for Grafana, and also a standalone UI to help to understand what's going on.
Okay, cool. And the Policy Reporter is the CRD originated from the workgroup policy, right?
Yeah.
And like Kyverno is one tool that generate the policy reports, and there are all other like 2 existing tools out there that they can also generate the policy reporter and like aggregate all the results with your policy reporter.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I remember when I first tried to install policy reporter and play with it a little bit. For a demo, it was super easy to install it. I reached out, I remember ask a few questions, but it was, smooth and easy to bring up a local policy reporter UI, which gave me like aggregated dashboards. And there I can see all the result of the violations and the successful results.
Yeah, that was the whole idea behind it. So it should be easy that everyone can use it, and I hope it makes the experience with Kyverno much more better, because also people that newer to Kubernetes and to this whole policy concept has some kind of graphical feedback for what Kyverno does.
Definitely, it does. It definitely helped with that. And I'm also interested to know, like, how did you get involved with Kyverno, and like what made you create this amazing tool, Policy Reporter?
Yeah, the first time I heard of Kyverno was in the Coffee and Cloud Native YouTube channel of Adrian Goins. So he presented every day some new tools, news in general about Kubernetes. And also Kyverno was a thema in this channel. And he had this kind of challenges to run different tools, try things out. And so I tried Kyverno and I had much fun with it, to see how my pods are configured, if I did something wrong, if I not use latest and so on. And I think the idea to Policy Reporter came in a session of you and raw code,
right?
Also with Jim. And in this time I also played with Falco. It's also some kind of security tool, but runtime security, and it also had this tooling for real-time information, dashboards, graphs, and so on. And I thought that would also be a good use case for the Kyverno, because you also have your validation rules, you have past results, failed results. And yeah, I tried this CRD stuff with grabbings of failed status and so on. It worked, but it was not that easy for me. And I also had no option to get some kind of metrics because I used mostly Grafana for my observability kind of things. And yeah, that was the basic idea behind the policy reporter.
Okay, that's really cool. And within policy reporter, we have like the local UI. We can configure the policy reporter with different targets. And like, what are you most excited about the policy reporter?
On feature based,
Yeah.
I think the best idea of policy reporter was the standalone UI. The first versions only has this Grafana integration and some kind of notifications, but in the most cases, as you in your demos, you don't have a Grafana or Prometheus. You just want to get started, want to install something, and it should just work without much external dependencies. And because I'm in my normal workday a software developer, backend, as well as some front-end stuff, I thought it would be also not much effort, as well as a good extension to have a standalone UI where you just got some basic informations without the need of different toolings around Kyverno and the policy reporter.
Okay, cool. And if you look at like the Kyverno project or even the policy reporter project, where do you see them in the near future?
I think that Kyverno will be more and more some kind of standard in this policy engine stuff because it's, in my thoughts, the most native way with the YAML configuration, and you can stick on this specifications of pods and so on. You don't have to learn much new stuff. And I hope policy reporter will get more integration and more adoption to help more people. Maybe as a subchart for Kyverno itself to install it right away with it. And maybe also to have more and better integration for new adopters of this policy CRD, so that the ecosystem itself involves and will be greater.
Right. And I think you recently released like policy reporter 2.0 with all the refactored like modules and the stuff, right?
Yeah.
And in Kyverno, we also like plan to have this image verified rule to be results to be aggregated in the policy reporter, in the policy reports. So I believe in the near future, once we have that in Kyverno, maybe that's another enhancements we can include it in policy reporter.
Yeah, sure.
Right. Okay, awesome. All right, I think that's all the time we have today. And thank you, Frank, for joining us. And for our audience, if you want to get involved, start using Kyverno, join our Slack channel, and even you can start sending us PRs for doc improvements, etc. So thank you, everyone, and I'll see you in our next video.